everyone, I'm Heather. Welcome to Heather's Creative Corner and happy August. So today I'm going to show you everything that I made in July and talk about my plans for August. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start over here and just put things back in my bag. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to show you is this Lovey Bear. It is by A Crafty Concept. It is called the Addy Bear, I believe. And she has the written pattern tutorial in her shop and a YouTube tutorial video as well. I put this little tag on it from Hobby Lobby. My sister is having a baby and she's due in a couple months, and I thought this would be a perfect Christmas present for the baby. I did not think it would turn out this good on the first try, so this was actually my practice, but I kind of want to make more, so I might make another bear. I also bought the bunny pattern, which is like the same body, but then you do different like facial features. And I bought white yarn for that, and I used, I have a Centro, and this is my very first project on that Centro, and then my second knitting machine project, because I have the little one I got for Christmas last year, and then I got the big one for my birthday, but that was my first time using it, and I've only used both of them once, I think, so I'm pretty proud of how that turned out for my first try. I used Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, and it worked really well on the machine. The stitches came out really nice. So I will link that tutorial below, and I do want to make some more. All right. I also this month tried Corner to Corner, and this is just a dishcloth. It is a Yarnspirations pattern. I can link that. My thoughts about Corner to Corner: it wasn't bad. It was pretty easy. I just don't know how it's going to work out if I try to do another shape, because I do want to try making a scarf. So it would be like a long rectangle, so it wouldn't be a square. So I don't know if that's going to make it more difficult or not, but I'm not as intimidated anymore. And I might make a couple more of these just to get used to the feeling of it. But this was just Lily Sugar and Cream, I believe, yarn. Another thing that I did was I used a disinfectant wipe container and put some adhesive vinyl on it and made a little trash can for my crochet stuff. So I can just bring this around with me. If you are interested, I do have a tutorial below on how I did this. Not this exact one, but a different one. If you don't have one of these, but you kind of want to make that, there is a, you could also use one of these. I emptied this out this week, and I thought this would be pretty good for that. Very good trash can. It's a little bit wider. It's wider and shorter. Actually, it's not that much shorter. So that might be a good desk trash can. What else? Oh, you can also use it as a yarn bowl. That's what the video tutorial's for, is making the yarn bowl, but it also makes a good trash can. Okay, I also did some Legos with my kids. This is just one of the sets. I'm not going to show you all of them, but we did some Legos together, so that was fun. They're still home for the summer. They go back in a couple weeks. We also painted some rocks. This is one my son did. I made a bunch of gummy worms. This is a tutorial by the Celestial Homebody, and it's really cool because she uses hair rollers from Dollar Tree in them. I did stock up on these because Dollar Tree's raising their prices. These were still $1.25, even though other things were higher. But just in case, I've been grabbing as many as I can when I go. Her tutorial uses the thinner ones. They're the same length, but one is a little bit thicker than the other. Her tutorial uses the thinner ones, but I have both and have used both, and it works great. You do have to make a couple more rounds for the thicker one. You can kind of see, but I like them both, and they both turn out really well. And I like that they're like fidgety. I almost like the big ones better because there's more, I don't know. They're both really cool. Oops. So there's the difference. I don't remember exactly how many rounds. I think I added 2 or 3 more. Not rounds. The actually, since they're the same length, the number of rounds is the same, it's just how many stitches. And I think I added 2 or 3 more for this one. But I like how they both turned out. And whatever size you can find at your Dollar Tree will work. And you could always probably stuff them too if you didn't want to and add like a pipe clean or something. But I did not. Another thing that I made are these Blakey Boo Boo bags. So this is from the Quilted Cow. And I used my own fabric for these, but I did buy the kits. So I don't know if you guys have a Quilted Cow near you. I don't know if they sell these online or not, but it came with the cotton, the flannel, and then it came with a little ice pack to put inside. And I've got this one that's Hot Wheels, and I've got another one that is fishing. But I did not want to ruin their nice fabric because I know that fabric is nicer than what I usually buy. So I used what I had at home. So these are Cars themed. And then I just have Tweebird and all that, Looney Tunes for the flannel. And I also bought, actually it's in here, I bought different fat quarters to make more. So I got Mario, Justice League, Nightmare Before Christmas, Paw Patrol. There's a couple Batman ones. Sorry, I got these at Walmart, by the way. Video games. I don't know if they still sell these. This might be one for my stash. Another Justice League, Batman, Bluey. I thought these would make good Christmas presents too for my friends' kids. So that's kind of why I stocked up on a bunch of fabric. Peanuts. So planning on making more of that. I don't think you have to use flannel on the inside. I've got flannel scraps that I don't really use for anything else, so I don't mind putting the flannel inside. But if you don't have flannel, I doubt you have to go and get flannel. I'm sure they'd work with just cotton on both sides. But I do have flannel on the inside. And the pattern was 8, and the kits were 7, I believe. This one doesn't have a price. Yeah, 7. So super cute. I'm definitely gonna go get more. But I've been Christmas shopping and whatnot, so I have to wait. But that was fun. Oh, I also made Boop the Bat. This is a pattern from the Spoonie Stitcher. I did make his wings a little high, but I think I can just tack them down and they'd be fine. I was crocheting way too late at night and getting frustrated. Even though this pattern is super easy, super great, super quick, I don't crochet at 2 a.m. Go to bed. Don't crochet past your bedtime. As I probably will do that again tonight. So I want to make a couple more, and I think she said that she's going to do another tutorial where it's like Boop 2.0. So I think she said she changed the feet and it's going to be a live tutorial, I believe. So check out her channel for that. I will link her current tutorial though if you want to make some before that. I don't know when she's doing that, but I plan on making a couple more of these. These are super cute. I want to put one on my tier tray, and then I want to put, I think I want to give them to my kids in their boo buckets for fall this year. What else do we have? Oh, I did this coloring page. It is, I don't remember who made it. Let me look it up real quick. I do write these things down, I just forget. It is from Creations by Courtney. But Juniper and Oaks, I believe, also has a coloring book with coloring pages. I think she has the actual book on Amazon or like on her Etsy shop. I think you can buy it. I believe I have that one. Yeah. What else? Oh, we tie-dyed on the 4th of July. So here's some of what we made. There's that shirt. This one. That was my husband's first time tie-dyeing. I did not know how he got to be in his 30s without tie-dyeing, but he did. This is one of my kids. My kids and I do, I think this is our 3rd or 4th summer that we tie-dye, but he's usually at work when we do it. So that's why he hasn't, at least with us, but this is one I did. And I also tie-dyed some shoes that I got at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so last thing, I made a bunch of stitch markers. how I can show you. All right. Let me set this over here. So I made a couple of these flowers. So there's a white one. I really love making stitch markers. There's a white one. Oops. Pink one. Purple. And blue. And I also like to do these back so that I can use them as earrings if I want. Obviously I would clean them in between, but you can use them as earrings or stitch markers. I made one gummy bear. If it would turn the right way. I'm sorry, my mini fridge kicked on. I hope it's not too loud. I made a ton of these to let me know what millimeter hook that I'm using in a project, so I can put it in my whip bag. So it would show. So that would be a 4mm hook, 3.5. I don't know the letters, and I prefer millimeters anyway, but I made a whole bunch with the different millimeters. I also did some Nightmare Before Christmas ones. So there's Sally. And same thing, I made them earrings so I can wear them during spooky season if I want. Oogie Boogie. I only bought one pack so they would be mismatched, but I think like Jack and Sally, as I'm holding up Oogie Boogie. Here's Jack. But like Jack and Sally would be cute. I don't know. Or I think there's Zero. If I can find him. Yeah, here's Zero. You could do Jack and Zero. There's those. And then I did some Mickey Mouse ones. So this one says Love with the Mickey head. A black glittery Mickey head. Minnie. Oh my goodness. Minnie. Minnie and Mickey. I think that's all of them. Yep. And then the rest is just more of the different hook sizes. I did a bunch because I wasn't sure what size hooks I would use. And I just used, for these, I used a head pin, and then I used the number bead, a head pin, and then seed bead, number bead, seed bead, jump ring, and then I used the big lobster clasp. I knew I was going to make a bunch, and I didn't want to waste all the ones that turned into earrings because I knew that these wouldn't be earrings. So I just did the largest lobster clasp for those. And I do have a tutorial that I can link on how to make stitch markers if you've never made them before. It's really fun. You don't need a whole lot of supplies, and even like the pliers, you can get jewelry pliers, but if you have regular ones, you're mostly just using them to open jump rings and stuff. So if you want to try it and don't want to buy a set of pliers, if you've got some in your garage, they may work as long as they're clean. Yeah, so that is everything that I made in July. So plans for August. Let me pull up my phone again. Oh, my husband's birthday's in August. I believe last year I made him a dumpster fire. That might have been the year before, but I'm not certain. But he's not requested anything specific this year, but I might still make him something because he kind of already knows what he's getting from me. Decade Divas, I need to work on that. That is hosted by the Spoony Stitcher and Critters Crochet. I believe it starts in September. My kids go back to school, so I may or may not have more time. And I kind of maybe want to make them something for back to school, like a backpack clip or something. Not sure. Oh, I want to do chickens. I bought all the yarn and it's just sitting there taunting me. So maybe some chickens. I want to work more on the knitting machine. Like I said, I want to make, I think, another bear, maybe a bunny. I also want to do on the smaller machine, like pumpkins. I could also do that on the bigger machine maybe too. And some sea creatures. Oh, I started the Jack and Sally kit. So, you know, the ones that come in the box. I can link it, but it comes in a box. I looked forward to try and show you what I was talking about, but I can't find it. I don't know what to do with it. But, you know, the kits that come in the box with the booklet, come with the yarn and stuff that isn't always great, but the patterns might be good. So I've been requested to make those by my husband, so I'm working on that. I might work on a couple of woobles. I do want to do a couple more of the plant ones that I just got, because I'm not quite ready yet to go into spooky season stuff. Maybe some fall stuff like pumpkins and stuff, but not like, I'm not ready to do spooky yet. I want to make more of the boops, like I said. I need to start making scrubbies for Christmas, since we're already halfway to Christmas. And I think that is it. That's all my plans. I don't know what I'm going to do. Something might strike, and I might do something else completely even off plan. Like, I didn't think I was going to do the boop, and then, I don't know, I just got inspired and made it. And I also want to do some more, something else. I want to do some more sewing. I might make these. I also have a couple Sewers Club kits that I need to get through. I've really been enjoying sewing. It's just I don't have a whole lot of time. But with the kids going back to school, I have a little bit of time in the afternoon. Maybe not. We'll have to see how it goes. But, yeah. So that is my plans. Happy August. Have fun going back to school if you're going back to school, your kids are going back to school, grandkids. Happy back to school season. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you're planning on making this month. I will see you next time. Bye!